How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Kai here, and today I'm bringing you a FIFA 17 video, but it's not a FIFA 17 video. It's a kind of a tip video for FIFA 18 Ultimate Team, and I've been thinking about it for the past couple of days. I'm thinking, starting to think now as we start seeing the icons and some of the player ratings. I've started thinking Ultimate Team. You need to start thinking about your team that you're going to be trying to get as soon as you get the game. So once you get them first starter packs, or say that if you complete the first season you get like 5,000 coins, you need to start thinking which people that you can quickly snipe or get to start off the game. And this is what I've done on the screen. As you can see here, I've built a squad together of players that I think, obviously some of them might go up in rating, I think that this should be some similar squad that you should be looking to build to if you're new to Ultimate Team, or if you don't understand, like, players aren't going to be cheap. Like, you need to understand that at first. So in this squad, as you can see, I have in goal John Pickford. Of course, he got his big money move to Everton. Obviously, yeah, he did have a good season for Sunderland. Yes, they did get relegated, but he did have a good game against pretty much everyone in the Premier League. You know, and I think a lot of expectation comes on this guy for the future. But yeah, I think he will be a similar rating to his January upgrade as 76. If not, I think he's pushing a 78. He should be at least like 1,000 coins, 2,000 coins, and I think he will be this year's Butland. I think, yes, Butland wasn't really playing this season for Stoke, but I think this year EA will sort of crack down on the Butland glitch, and well, you guys know what I mean by the Butland glitch, like it's OP and everything. So I think this year Pickford will be that sort of person to replace Butland or Begovic. I may be wrong, but it just depends on what EA decide to do with him. In defence, at right back, I have Danilo, recently moved from Real Madrid to, of course, Man City. Obviously, he may not be cheap. In my eyes, I think he should be cheap, because obviously he didn't have the greatest of times at Real. But you know, it's a guy from Real Madrid, and of course he's moving to Man City. You guys know sometimes that players, when they move, they get a badge change and something they're worth 10, 15, maybe even 100,000 more than they should be. So if he is that, then I would recommend going for a Cedric or Darmian as your starter right backs, because I think they'll be a lot cheaper. But if not, if Danilo is 3-4 grand, then I think for a starting right back he should be that guy, and I think he will probably stay at 79 rated, or he should drop down to like a 77, because obviously he didn't really get into that Madrid team in the past season. In the two centre-back roles, we have on the right side Nathan Ake, of course. He was on loan at Bournemouth this season, then went back to Chelsea in January, and then didn't really fixture for underneath Antonio Conte, sorry. And then, of course, moved back to Bournemouth. I think this kid has a lot of prospect for the future. Hopefully he shows that again this season, and then next summer in the World Cup, if Netherlands qualify, I hope he does get a chance. I think he will be one of the future stars of the Premier League. Of course, he plays really well. He's good at intercepting. He's fast. He can head the ball. He's technical play needs a bit of work, but besides that, I think he's fine. I think he will probably be 850 coins to 1,000 coins, depending on what EA do to him. I think he should go up to at least possibly a 76 rated, pushing up to 78. So yeah, I think, as I said, 850 coins to 1,000. So yeah, on the left centre back role, we have maybe be getting a bit biased now because I'm an Arsenal fan, but no, we have Rob Holding. I think when he did fixture this season, Rob did have a good season. Like, he showed that he can pull it up against the big dogs of the Premier League. He was thrown into a very mixture atmosphere in the Arsenal side in the end of the season. He was thrown into a really heated and angry time, because obviously we'd been playing terrible, we'd been on a bad run, we just lost 3-0 to Palace, he got chucked in the side, and then he played from the Middlesbrough game all the way to the end of the season until we won the FA Cup. And I think he handled players like Diego Costa, Aguero fine when he come up against them in the FA Cup, and of course he played well in the league. I think he will change from a 67 rated up to possibly a 74, possibly a 73, or even, in my eyes, obviously biased time, I think he should be a 75. But if anything, yeah, he does deserve to be like a non-rare gold or possibly a high silver. I think he will go for around like maybe 500 coins to 1,000, pretty much the same as Ake. So yeah, I'd say look out for him. Left back, we have another Arsenal player, I know. Said Kolasinac. I hope I said that right. I don't know much about him. We got him for free from Schalke. So far from watching him in pre-season, he really does look solid. And I think this is why he may go for cheap, because people don't know about him. And yeah, you know what people like. They don't know certain players. They're just like, just going to stick with what I know. So certain players go for cheaper than others. I think he will be the similar rating. If not, he'll push up to an 80 or 81. And he will probably be one of those who, as I said, he might be like Danilo, like 2,000, 3,000 coins. But I think with the stats that they, judging from what I've seen from obviously YouTube, and I know that sounds stupid, or even say like the Bundesliga team of the season, he was in the left back role. So yeah, he may be 2,000 or 3,000 coins. In our midfield, we start off with Clausen. I hope I said that right. He moved to Everton from Ajax. He had a very good season at Ajax. Obviously, he was in that team that went to the Europa League final against Man United. Sadly, they didn't win. But yeah, he, in my eyes, from what I've seen of him, he's solid. He's a good midfielder. Obviously, I think Everton have strengthened a lot this season. They have a chance of getting into the top 5, possibly even the top 4. I think, obviously, letting Lukaku go, obviously, they just need to get a player up front. Obviously, yeah, they brought in Rooney, but he's not the fastest. But yeah, I think Clausen in their midfield, along with the man on the left centre mid role that you see there, and of course, like if Ross Barkley stays and starts playing, Gareth Barry if he continues this season, I think they could have a very good season. At the cam position, we have Lanzini, of course, from West Ham. Obviously, he was by bar probably their best player last season. They had a terrible season. Obviously, everyone knows about the Payet saga and everything. And I think with the additions that they made of Arnautovic and Chicharito, Javier Hernandez, I think, yeah, they are starting to look good. And if Lanzini can start pulling them strings again and everything, of course, he is skillful as well. And of course, yeah, they did have a bad season, so his rating may go down. So I see him being around 2,000 coins possibly, or even 1.1. Going back to Clausen, obviously I didn't finish what I was saying about the ratings and coins. I forgot about that. I think Clausen will stay probably around the 80 mark, because obviously it's an Ajax player going to the Premier League. They don't really like to change the rating of not unknown leagues, but lower leagues to the Premier League. So yeah, I think he'll probably be about 1,000 coins as well. Lanzini, going back to him, I know it's a bit confusing. I'm going back forth, sorry. I think with Lanzini, he will stay around 79, if not downgraded to 77. So yeah, as I said, I think I said around 2,000 coins. Going into left centre mid, we're going to I do not know how to say this guy's name, Guy or something. Sorry if I butchered that name. Yeah, saw him play for Everton last season. Quick, strong, physical. Yeah, not much more you could say. More of a Kante sort of player in my eyes. So yeah, I think if EA were to change his rating, obviously where Everton finished, they finished 7th. This a particular normal place for them. So I'd say probably they move him up to a 78 rated gold, and he'll probably be 1,100 coins, 2,000. So he's cheap. Now we get on to the front three. I got Wilfried Zaha, Kelechi Iheanacho, and Alex Iwobi. So let's start with Zaha. Zaha, he had a good end of season for Palace, I think. And obviously that's brought in the interest from Tottenham and who not. Obviously this squad is not finished transfers. Obviously, some of these players can go and everything still, because we're still 3 weeks till the deadline. But going on to Zaha, I think he has got the potential to do well this season or seasons onwards. He just needs to be more consistent in my eyes. Obviously, he's skillful, he's strong, he's quick, and I think with what Palace are doing, he could become an intricate part of making them a more higher up team in the table. But I think EA will keep him at the 79 or 80 mark, so he probably will be like 850 coins to 1,000. Moving on to Kelechi Iheanacho, obviously this is his Man City card. He recently, over the past couple of days, moved to Leicester City, which I think is a brilliant move for him. He needs game time. He's not going to get that at City while Aguero and Gabriel Jesus is there, or Jesus, however you want to say it. He's fast, he's strong, he's skillful in my eyes, he is. So yeah, moving down to Leicester, obviously he may be a more expensive player through the way that if EA put his rating up to like a 79 and add the skill moves, at the moment I think he is a 3-star skills, 3-star weak foot, which if they were to up it to like a 4-star skills or even a 4-star weak foot, he will go up in price a little bit. But in my eyes, yeah, he should be around 1,500 coins or 2,000. And then yeah, we move on to another biased opinion of mine. Of course, Alex Iwobi, he didn't really have the best of seasons last season. He broke into the team, he shied away, obviously then he got dropped. But from pre-season so far, if you watch the Community Shield game as well, and it's only the Community Shield, he played well and he was skillful, he was strong, he was fast. He obviously just needs to work on his finishing in my eyes, and then he will be more of a complete player. And I think this season will be a season to prove that, especially when we have no Champions League, we have the Europa League. If they were to up him up to 4-star skills, in my eyes, he hasn't really got the weak foot at the moment, but I think he has got the skills. If they were to upgrade him, I think they will give him a 76 or a 77. I think that's deserved. So in my eyes, Alex Iwobi will be going for about 1,700 coins, maybe 2,000. I may be completely wrong, he may go for 850 coins. But yeah, obviously, as I said, overall with this squad, the transfer window is not over with, far from it. It's 3 weeks to go, there's still loads of deals to happen, players can go anywhere, Zaha could end up at Spurs, anything can happen. So yeah, this is the overall squad, and I think it will cost probably about 15 to 20,000 coins. Obviously someone will probably add up what I said and be like, you're wrong. So yeah, on the bench, I have some spare players which I think will be like cheap as well, in a sense. Some of them you might be looking at like Hernandez and you're probably thinking, no, he won't be. But yeah, as I said already, if you can't get Danilo, I'd say get after Cedric or Darmian if they stay at their current clubs. If the centre backs, like if Ake is too much, look at Reedwell. He had a good season for Ajax, of course, now at Palace. Stones as well, he'll be another good centre back. If Pickford is too much, obviously I was going to use Ederson from Benfica, who recently moved to Man City, but of course, as I said with Danilo, club changes, club badges, players normally go up in price, and I think people will try and price fix him if he does remain around the 81 mark. For the wings, I'd say if you can't get Wilfried Zaha or even Alex Iwobi, just chuck someone like Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain if he's still a winger, if he's not a right wing back. He's skillful, he's strong, he's fast. Midfield, if Mbula stays at Stoke, then you could definitely use him in there instead of the ones that I've used, or even Jack Wilshere. And then up front, Jamie Vardy or even Javier Hernandez. Obviously Vardy didn't have a great season for Leicester as they struggled after winning the title. And if he stays there, obviously he'll be a lot cheaper, he'll be downgraded. Obviously, yeah, I still think he'll be one of the gems in the game. Javier Hernandez, obviously back in the Premier League with West Ham. Skillful, fast. He is small, but he can get up there and head of the ball. So if he, obviously he had a good season for Bayer 04, I think it was, or Leverkusen, something like that. In the Bundesliga, he did have a good season. But yeah, if he gets upgraded, it will probably be an 84. So in that case, I would say no. But then either go after like Vardy or, as I said, Iheanacho. So yeah, overall, I hope you did enjoy this sort of different kind of video of my explanation. Obviously, someone may be listening to this and be like, oh, what's he on about? This is my opinion, of course. And I hope if you do watch this, I was that helpful. So as I always say, guys, if you're new around here, like, comment, and most importantly, hit that subscribe button.